Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the TheStankCast. I'm your host, Hamstank. He's your co-host, Craig, the Moo Cowie. Craig, say hello to the people.
What's happening, people?
What's happening, everybody? We've got an exciting pod going forward. We're looking at the UFC 300 prelims and early prelims because I don't think people are giving enough respect to the UFC 300 card. I know you said it's purely because the main event was so hyped and then a little bit let down. Like, you go on. You said
to be fair, I wasn't giving it very much respect until you actually went through it this morning. Yeah. And the fact that there's such good fights on the prelims and even the early prelims is actually like good.
If you look at the early prelims, the whole show opens up with a banger straight off the bat, man.
Yeah.
Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. You know what I mean?
That's a mental fight to be the first fight of the early prelims. That's mental.
Yeah, it's class. So UFC 300 hasn't been getting bigged up enough. I'm here right now to big it up. Yeah. Early prelims, they're lit.
Like you said though, it's mainly like even that the put some decent build up fights and prelim fights, but it's just the main event's just a bit it's a really good fight. It's a really good fight, not to be disrespectful to any of them, but it's just for,
what you said off camera to me there was quite spot on. Unfortunately, neither Pereira or Hill are the pull out your wallet, spend all my money to buy the card type of fighter. Yet, they may well be. Pereira, you've only seen him 4 or 5 times. Hill, he's been up and down with his career. He had a unfortunate loss to Paul Craig. Yeah. And then that derailed him a little bit. So he's back on the up now, finally fighting for a title. But neither of them are showstoppers the likes of McGregor or
It's because Hill though, he was
or even O'Malley or something like that. He's brings in a lot of eyes. Boys like them, they bring in a lot of pay-per-views. So for it to be hyped as much as it was, you were expecting McGregor Chandler, weren't you? Mm-hmm. But then the whole Roadhouse thing derailed that. So
even just something of that kind of caliber. You know what I mean? I think
give me an example.
Jamal Hill didn't really when he got the title. It was almost he kind of got given the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he earned as much of it as what other people have. So I think for that reason, people not aren't a fan of him, but they don't hold the same sort of respect and regard from as what they would some of the other guys. And then
I get that.
Different.
It's I like Hill though. I've seen a lot of stuff from Jamal Hill and I like him a lot. I like the way his demeanor. Mm-hmm. And the way he carries himself. He just says it how it is.
He just moans a bit too much, though.
Yeah, but I think everyone's got a right to moan, man.
Yeah, but he moans a lot.
I still like him, to be fair. Yeah. I like the way he carries himself, but because he handles losses well as well. Mm-hmm. He's not doesn't make too many complaints about it and stuff. So
yeah,
I still like him as a fighter. But either way, I'll go through the card quickly, right? The early prelims and the prelims.
Yeah.
Because there's so much of it that we'll dissect the main event, the main card, next week, the week before. Yeah. But we're a bit further out, so I just thought we would dissect the early prelims.
To be fair, the early prelims and the prelims, any other time, would be a good card. Would be a slamming card on their own.
On their own, yeah. If you left the likes of Bobby Green and Jim Miller, they're so you've got. I'll just go through it. They've got Figueiredo versus Garbrandt as the first fight. Then you got Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, which is an unbelievable fight again. And then you got Jessica Andre versus Rodriguez, another slamming female fight.
Yeah.
You've only three female fights on the whole show, I think, and that's probably. I'm looking forward to the Zangman as well. That one, I'm really looking forward to that as well. Then you got Jalen Turner. He's fighting. I can't say that name. Who's he fighting?
Who is it that he's fighting again? Where do you
Monaco?
What?
At the bottom.
The very bottom.
Yeah, Turner versus.
Bro, I can't even read it. Oh, Moicano.
Yeah.
Or Moicano. One of the two.
Renato Moicano.
Yeah, I think it's Moicano, but I don't know exactly.
I'm so bad at pronouncing South American names and stuff like that. It just doesn't go for me. Either way, after that you've got Youssef versus Lopez, slamming fight.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that fight again.
Lopez is the one with the mad emo fringe, eh?
Yeah, he's the Brazilian emo.
Yeah, with the mad emo fringe. It's that's
funny. He just doesn't look Brazilian at all.
Nah, he doesn't look Brazilian. No, that's
no. But he's a good fighter. He's not ranked though, so him and Youssef will be fighting for a rank. Youssef is ranked 14 or 13.
Okay.
I believe. Lopez will be looking for a rank here.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good fight again. And then the second female fight of the show is Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Now, Kayla Harrison, I don't know a lot about.
Right.
I can't hold my hands on and say I don't know a lot about her. But Holly Holm, well known.
Kayla Harrison's good, to be fair.
I
haven't
actually
seen a lot of her.
Looked into her too much, to be fair, before this. I just saw that fight was on the card, but I'm always interested to see Holly Holm fight, see where she's at in her career now. She's still ranked number 5, so
yeah.
But Harrison isn't ranked. I haven't seen much of her, so I can't really talk too much. No, I don't think she's ranked. No.
That's a decent shot then.
Yeah, going straight number 5. Yeah. So looking forward to that. But that's like, if that was what I've just read to you was a card, that would be the co-main event. No, it wouldn't. Sorry.
What, Harrison Holm?
No, it wouldn't. Sorry, I'm lying to you. Because the co-main event would be Calvin Carter versus Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Which is a slamming fight again.
It's a slamming fight. Like, that'll be actually a good fight.
Co-main event fight. Yeah. If it was a normal card, and then you would have, because you would still have Aljo, who was former champion.
Yeah,
Holly
he's one fight away from champion.
Yeah, Holly Holm, who's former champion.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has been a former champion on that list? Is
Figueiredo? So
Figueiredo's been a champion.
Yeah.
None of the rest.
Garbrandt's been a champion.
Oh, Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, he was champion as well. Yeah. So you're looking at that card. You've got like 4.
Jessica Andrade was.
I thought that, but I wasn't sure.
I don't know.
Either way, you've got five or maybe 6 former champions on that card already, and then you go to what would be a main event, which
Prochazka Rakic.
Yeah, and that alone, that's a fucking good card. If you were to give me that at UFC 299, I'd be happy with that warming up to going into UFC 300.
That as a main event, that'll be a slamming fight regardless. Prochazka and Rakic, I'll be damaged.
Absolutely, the whole setup for that beforehand, before you even get into the main card. Yeah, which is like some of the names on the main card are slamming as well. Like, I don't understand why people are hating on it so much, because we'll get into all that next week. Like about the Bo Nichols, the Oliveira.
Just the main event. It's the main event that they run dry with. I know it's a good main event, but they could have had bigger names. I know it's not what you want. You want a good fight, but
Pereira Hill's going to be a slamming fight,
yeah,
bro.
No, but people want names is the thing. They wanted like.
But how do you get a name? By having slamming fights, bro. And this is going to be a slamming fight.
But they need someone that's already got a name. Like,
I know, I get that.
They wanted the headline to be like a proper standout thing, and Pereira Hill doesn't stand out.
But the big ones weren't ready.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they weren't ready. And then if you're talking the big one, right? Everyone wanted McGregor. That's what everyone wanted.
Not even necessarily that.
Okay, go on. Tell me another main event that you would have been looking for that card.
Why have I forgotten his name? Fucking Little Khabib. Not Little Khabib, but
Islam.
Islam, yeah, Islam. He would have been against.
But he's not ready. He's injured, didn't he?
Yeah, well, fuck him.
And who would you have him fight?
I don't know. Whoever. Who's it that he's gonna fight for the title again? For the 155. Who's next in line?
It's a good question. Shouldn't ask questions.
But anyway, for something like that, or even I don't know, like Hamzat versus somebody. I would even think. I know it's not for a title, so it doesn't really count. It has to be a title fight, I suppose. But maybe it's just me. Like, I would have even rather seen Leon Edwards against someone. I know they offered him like 3 people.
Yeah,
and they all turned it down. But
yeah, I don't know if that.
Like I said, I understand why it's the fight. That fight is the one that they've gone for. But it just would have been nice to have had something a bit more.
So apparently, I've seen there that Islam said that he plans to fight Gaethje on June 8th.
Regardless of whether he beats Max Holloway or not.
Don't know, but that's what I've just read there.
What's the weight for Holloway Gaethje? That's one thing I didn't actually think to
It'll
go
be
for. Is it at 55?
I'd
imagine so. I can't imagine
it's a lightweight bout.
Yeah, 155. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that Islam would fight Gaethje next, though, if he gets beat by Holloway.
Well, Gaethje's still number 2.
If he gets beat by Holloway, is he number 2?
No, I don't know. But it's hard to say because Holloway's coming up in weight. He's only fought once at lightweight, lost.
Yep.
So then, if he was to come up and fight Justin Gaethje, but he didn't lose in a horrible. Oh, he got stopped, didn't he?
Who?
Holloway when he came up.
Yeah, by Poirier.
Yeah, he got stopped, didn't he?
Not horrible though.
No. But either way, Yeah, I don't know if he fights Gaethje next after if he loses to Holloway.
Yeah.
But do you see him losing to Holloway? Either way.
No.
That's whole next week. That's a whole next week thing, right? We're going to dissect. We'll get off track again.
That'll happen then.
So you would rather have Islam as like the main event, or Alex Volkanovski, or Izzy?
Yeah.
You could have had Izzy.
Even like
what, Izzy Pereira?
Strickland thingies rematch.
Or
like
Duplessis Strickland?
Yeah, Duplessis versus Strickland rematch. Or Duplessis Izzy, or something like that. Do you know, even how they're getting Robert Whittaker Hamzat. Who'd rather had that now? But I think he said no, something to do with Ramadan or something, was it not?
Yeah.
Because it was so close to it.
Yeah. Because it's only a week after Ramadan, I believe.
Yeah. I understand the necessity for that fight in fair play. And it will be a really good fight, I think. It's just, yeah. You know what I'm saying. You get it.
No, I do hear what you're saying about, like, they've not got that showstopper name in there. Like, you would have like an
Holloway
Izzy.
is more of a
main event
than what Pereira versus Hill is, for me. But it's just because it's not for a title.
For a title, yeah.
Yeah, so
they've got 2 title fights on that card.
I understand why they've put it there. But
really, if you'd asked me like 4 or 5 months ago, I wouldn't have been surprised if they tried to fill the UFC this card with like the main event was all title fights. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd went for something like that, or at least the top 3.
Nickel being in the main event, even at the main event, considering how many fights he's had in the UFC.
Main card, open it up
on this event.
But he's got a lot of like you say, he's got a lot of following. He brings a lot of people watching.
Hype, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the Americans are right behind Bo Nickel, so
but you didn't want to get into that, did you?
What?
You were saving that for.
No, I don't. We'll save that for next week. We'll go back to like look at us already getting enticed in the main card. See, that's what it's like. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's bringing you in already. But we'll go back all the way back. Figueiredo versus Garbrandt, opening up the card, right?
Yeah.
What a slamming fight to open up. 300. If you look at it like that, 2 former champions opening up the show, and they're both gonna slug it out.
I can't see anything other than somebody getting killed.
Like, they're both gonna slug it out. Like Figueiredo's definitely the more comfortable on the ground, but coming up, UFC 300 opening the show. I think they're going to just go in there and lay hands.
Well, they've both got points to prove. Do you know what I mean? Like, trying to get back up to, like, title contention. So, they're going to have to do something like... And on something like UFC 300 where so many people are going to be watching, like, I just feel like they're going to go out to try and, like, fuck each other up, and I'm so down for it.
I think UFC have trying, with this especially, something new where they've, like, overloaded the early prelims to get people watching early and get people in the stadium early.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that...
because the fact that that's an opener has my mind blown.
If you look at like
befuddled.
If you look at like the I know you're not a fan of it, but if you look at like the Misfits boxing,
right?
They when the KSI did his 2 fights in one night, right?
Yeah.
He did the first fight at the start of the night, and then his second fight at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So at the start of the night, you know how like in a boxing event nobody's there really till the third last fight, main event. With this, the whole arena was full all the time.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, because he was obviously KSI was fighting the first fight, so everyone wanted to see it. So the whole arena was full from the get go. It's obviously a lot better way to like promote your fighters, give your fighters a better show, put on a better show. I don't really think UFC have that problem.
I think it also encourages them to come in earlier and spend money at the event, like drinking at the event and doing all that kind of stuff too. Like, absolutely, go there and spend money on alcohol.
I think it's a good business tactic to fill your early show to get people tuned in as much as possible, because they'll get more. Surely they'll get more revenue for how long people watch their stuff.
Yeah, you'd imagine like
from what time they click on, like they'll know what time people are watching, how long they're watching for and stuff. So surely they'll get more revenue for the longer people watch.
For the adverts that are later on in the show and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they'll put on more adverts to earn more money. So I think it's a good smart move from them. I don't know if they took it from the Misfits thing or not, because I know they've got a relationship now with the Prime being a sponsor and that.
Yeah, there was a
might have been mentioned, but
a grappling show that used to be on Fight Pass that used to do that sometimes. Like they would have like one of their main fights was like the first fight on, and I can't imagine it being for any other reason other than that. Yeah,
just to get people through the door. Yeah, you need people to be sitting on seats, and then that gives all the other fighters on the card
a better audience to fight with.
Exactly,
it's a good environment and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so they get the full experience of it as well, because it must be shite for a fighter who's like coming out to, if they were coming out to a main card like UFC 300 and they were like third on the prelims and the arena's empty.
Yeah.
Or like half empty. You know what I mean?
It would be good because you're in the UFC, but then you'd also kind of be like, oh, like nobody gives a fuck about me.
But you're
like,
not even for that aspect. I just mean for the whole experience. Like, you know how McGregor has the whole experience of walking out to the crowd screaming, like going wild, like even like a little inch of that for like someone who isn't a superstar like McGregor. There'll be very few chances for them to get that.
Yeah.
And if they fill the card like that with showstoppers straight away, Bobby Green, Jim Miller, who might be his last fight in the UFC. So after this, I think it'll only be his last fight if he gets introduced the way he wants to.
Jim fucking Miller.
Yeah, I can see him being there the whole time until he gets fight until he's 60, till he gets introduced as that, and then I'll go, all right, we need to stay. We need to do it just to let him go.
Can you do this? Walking down my cane and nothing like that. Somebody get this man out here.
I'll date myself. But Bobby Green, Jim Miller again will be another stand and bang fight.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I just said that, and then I think, I can actually see Bobby Green piecing him up at the start, and then Jim Miller shooting.
Yeah. That's what I can generally see happen, like a round or so. Like the first round of your chair's pushing against it. The first round of like just maybe Bobby Green like outboxing him, because his boxing is actually really good.
Yeah,
like it is actually really nice. So
footwork's nice.
Yeah, a round of him outboxing him, then followed by Jim Miller throwing big sluggers and then trying to use them to try and get down on takedowns. Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
I can imagine the first round going like Bobby Green stuffing the takedown attempts after landing a few combos, and then later the fight goes. Mid-second round, Bobby Green starts getting a bit tired. Jim Miller pressuring him against his cage, gets a takedown like that, and maybe forces a submission. Unless Bobby Green can keep him off him, I think he pieces him up.
Which I think he can. Like Bobby Green's got good cardio.
Yeah,
like, he's got really good cardio.
Yeah, but it's just it depends how much pressure Miller brings. If he's constant.
Because you said before, his defensive wrestling's not that.
Who? Bobby Green?
Yeah, Bobby Green.
Oh, okay. Because Jim Miller's takedown defense isn't that great either.
Yeah, but I can't see Bobby Green taking him down. Like, not attempting to.
No, I don't see him ever.
I think Bobby Green wants to be on feet at all times.
Yeah, I don't see Jim having to worry about the takedown from Bobby. Nah. But either way, slamming fight. Looking forward to that, because both those first two fights are going to be what we predict are going to be either knockouts or hard fought wars till the end. Yeah, I see Garbrandt's known for a softer chin. Getting knocked out or knocking people out. Yeah, so he's known for having a softer chin. So, who are you going? Do you want my predictions? Yeah. Go for it. Do you want to make predictions? First fight. Right. Let me get it up here on notes, right, and I'll put who we think are. Because who's the first one? Is it Figueiredo versus Cowie Garbrandt? Right. Okay. Is the first fight. I'm going Figueiredo. Yeah, same. Yeah. So we have to, and what we'll do here, right, is you pick first, then I'll pick first. Okay, you know okay. So I'm going. Are we doing method of victory as well? Yeah, just, you go for however you want. You know. I think Figueiredo by KO. Yeah, so do I. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's the next one? Well, you read them through. Andrade Rodriguez. I can see it, but I don't know what order it goes in. That is the order. So it goes Figueiredo, Garbrandt, Bobby Green, Jim Miller, Andrade Rodriguez. Okay. Turn it, because I couldn't fit them in. Figueiredo, KO, TKO. So you guess the next one. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. I am going Jim Miller by submission. Are you really? Yeah. You know, I was actually going to say that, but I want to say something different. I was going to say Jim Miller by submission as well. No, fuck it. That's what I think. Go Jim Miller by submission. You think? Yeah. Are we putting a... We'll save this and we'll put a bet on it. We'll put a bet on whatever we've... Right, so we'll think of a consequence by the end of the pod, maybe. Or I was more thinking like for money. Like actually put a bet on. We're going to actually do a bet? Like put an actual bet on. I was thinking do a forfeit. We could do both. Wait, but what's the forfeit? Like what? I don't know. Like if it doesn't come in? What do you mean? Like if we don't get them right? As in like... So we'll go against each other, right, for each fight. Whoever gets the most right. Yeah, whoever gets the most right wins. Whoever gets the least right obviously has to do a forfeit. Yeah, okay, I'm down for that. And a forfeit could be like jumping in the harbour. Ha.
Nit be me.
Well, you better get them right then, Jeff. We'll agree on a forfeit either way.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll video it and put it in after UFC 300.
Okay, right. So if you put them ones in then.
Yeah, so I've put, yeah.
So
Figueiredo KO.
Then Andrade versus Rodriguez. So I go first, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Andrade by points.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm going to go Rodriguez by points.
Is that a point for each?
What do you mean?
Like you get a point for getting the person right and then an extra point if you get the method of victory? Yeah, so if you get the method of victory wrong, you still get a point if you get the right person. Yeah,
so if, let's for example, say Jessica Andrade goes in, knocks out Rodriguez, you will get 1 point.
Yeah, but if she goes in with TK, I'll get 2. A point for saying her and a point for saying by points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TKO's not by points.
No, but if she went in and won by points, then I would get 2 points.
Yes, because you said if points. You just said
you know
if
what
she
I meant. You know what
I didn't. That's why I was confused. Anyway.
So, what are you going for?
I'm going Rodriguez by points.
Okay. So, Jalen Turner versus Moicano.
I am going full. Now, this one's an interesting fight.
I know who I'm going like.
I think I know who you're going already. Let me guess. You're going Monaco by submission.
Monaco?
Whatever his name is.
Moicano.
No,
I'm not.
Okay, well that's what I'm going for.
Moicano by KO.
Okay. And I'm going to go Turner.
Are you really? Bye.
Yeah. Points.
Okay. So, Youssef versus Lopez.
Wait a minute, I need to write yours in.
Oh, okay.
Moicano on TKO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Youssef versus Lopez.
End of the early prelims. Right,
Okay.
so those 4 fights are the early prelims.
Yeah.
Slamming early prelims. Come on.
Yeah.
Talk to me. People need to stop disrespecting UFC 300. I'm telling you. Look past the main event and you've got a slamming night ahead of you.
It's such a weird order. If anything, you'd think that Figueiredo and Garbrandt would be the top of the early prelims.
But they're just not, bro.
They're not, you're right.
I'm telling you, it's a strategy to get people in watching straight away.
Right.
Because right after that, you've got Bobby Green and Jim Miller. You know what I mean? It's slamming.
Prelims.
And as far as female fighter goes, Jessica Andrade is a legend in the female UFC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Prelims.
Yeah, so actual prelims, you've got Youssef versus Lopez.
Lopez by points.
I'm struggling to find out.
I think you were meant to go first there, actually. Well, I've said it anyway. I've gone Lopez points. Where are you going?
I'm just having a look through some of the stuff here that I've got on Lopez. Because I'm not that familiar with him.
Mate.
I'm not that familiar with him.
Background research, bro. Eh?
Well, so one of us has got to do it, you know what I mean? You set everything up, I do the research.
Just start watching the fighting, bro. Eh?
Yeah, man. Just because you know how to fight doesn't mean...
I wouldn't say I know how to fight.
That makes me feel great about getting beat up every day. Yeah. What did you say for that one?
I said Lopez by points.
Not by submission?
No.
I'll go submission then.
Okay. Who's next? Holm versus Harrison.
Can you give me... how fast do you think I can type?
Mate, I'm trying to keep it fluid, bro.
Yeah, but fill me in with some of what the fighters are like, rather than just coming in with give me a chance, bro.
Okay, sorry. Right. Well, Youssef is a good fighter, and Lopez is another good fighter, both good enough to actually be fighting in the UFC. So that goes to show you their caliber. Lopez is a grappler.
You're such a bitch. Oh, you're such a cuck.
I've seen a video of Lopez slapping somebody in a BJJ match. Slapping somebody in the face.
Who? Youssef?
Lopez.
Oh, Lopez did?
Yeah, they were having an argument. He slapped him in the face and ended up having a fist fight in the middle of their grappling match.
What, was it in a tournament?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's mental. Anywho.
So, Holly Holm versus Harrison.
I am going...
Is it me or you?
You, because I said the last one.
Well, I don't know anything on Harrison. I honestly don't.
Well...
So, I'm only going to have to go with Holly Holm points.
Okay. I'm going to go...
That might be safe, you know. I might have to pick TKO.
I'm going to go Harrison by points. Just to pick a different one from you.
Okay.
The next one, I'm going Sterling by submission.
Sterling versus Calvin Carter.
Yep, I'm going submission from Sterling.
Sterling's jiu-jitsu is just unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just lit, man.
Do you know what, it's mostly like just his back taking
Attack.
abilities and his back control are really good. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say his jiu-jitsu is like amazing, but that bit of it's good. Like,
guard
for
play's
sure.
good.
Actually, I would say his jiu-jitsu is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's not like world class. It's not like world class. It's just he's got really good back control.
I think he's been working a lot on his striking lately, Sterling. You know that?
Fuck yeah, not well enough, eh?
No. Not against O'Malley, anyway. You can't when you level up against someone like O'Malley, man. It's a bit. He's a lot taller, a lot rangier. It's difficult puzzle. Calvin Carr.
So what's the choice? What's the verdict, chef? Chef. What's the verdict, chef?
I'm gonna go Carter KO.
Are you actually?
Or TKO. Can I put or TKO?
Nah, you've got to pick one. It's KO TKO. Like either two of them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They both count for the same. And then the final one, Prohaska and Rakic, which is going to be a slamming fight. Genuinely.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's a proper like main event fight. That. Who did you pick for? Who did you pick? Sterling by
submission.
Okay.
Who do you think? Do you know what? I'm gonna go Rakic. I'm gonna go Rakic by KO TKO.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I was thinking Prohaska the whole time, but Rakic is a beast. Like,
I'm going Prohaska.
And Prohaska leaves his head open a lot. Oh, I'm absolutely kicking fuck out this table, sending the cameras all over the place.
Well, I'm going Prohaska by TKO, and you're going
Rakic by TKO.
Rakic by TKO.
Yep.
And I think that's a mistake. And when you get to watching UFC 300 and when we're going through the early prelims and the prelims, the whole time when we're sitting watching, you're going, I should not have picked him.
Nah, bro. Honestly.
I feel it.
Rakic has got some slamming striking, and Prohaska leaves his chin out, and Rakic hits hard.
So, there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's. I picked the same, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are you doing?
There are 12 points available here.
Yeah.
So there's a 12-point gap difference for me and you. There's only 2 fights that we think are going to end the same, and that's the first 2.
Oh, it's
the rest
potential 12 points.
Yeah, there's a potential 12 points for us to earn.
Okay.
In the early prelims and prelims. Do you want to continue it into the main card, or do you want that to be a separate one?
No, we'll add, like you said, the next time we'll add on to that, and we'll add it on.
Right,
as long as you keep that saved.
Yeah, I'll keep that saved. Let me just.
What are you doing? Typing in?
Yeah, I'm just making sure I have all the information available, because you know my feeble brain will forget a lot. It's not like we've got this recorded or anything. Good one, Steve. Thanks.
Oh, platter.
Well, that'll round us up on. It's just a quick roundup of UFC early prelims.
To be fair, it wasn't that quick. We've been speaking about it for 30 minutes.
It's quick enough.
Yeah, fair.
We could normally spend like a good hour and a half on a.
Yeah.
If we were to go in and dissect like each actual fight, we could be sat here for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, because I've got lots of research up here that we just haven't went into, because a lot of it's a lot of in-depth stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so there's just no need to go through it all. But we'll wrap that up on the UFC 300 thing. I wanted to speak to you because you went and did that Metatech thing.
Yes.
I just wanted to pick your brain and tell me what it was like. Tell me everything about it.
What
you
it is
and Karis went.
Yeah.
The fucking Lara Croft of Arbroath.
Yeah. So what it is it's just Cammy Donnelly. Obviously, he's a grappler. He came second in the European trials. Was it end of last year? Obviously, trials this year didn't go so good, but fuck, it happens. But he's one of the best under 66 kilo grapplers in the world, and he's from Glasgow, and he's just set up a new gym called Metatech Grappling Academy in Glasgow. So they had like a wee open day, 2 open days, where they got on the first day they did like a sort of an hour seminar with Cammy and who was it? I've had a total brain fart as to who was even there. Yeah, Cammy and Kieran. Sorry, Kieran Reid, one of the guys that were from higher level, one of the coaches there.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing some coaching. So they had them doing like an hour seminar, and then straight after that was Joseph Chen and Dima, who are two like grapplers. One of them's German, one of them's from America. Well, I think he's from China, but he trains at B Team. So obviously Cammy knows him from being at B Team. So then it was a 2-hour seminar with them afterwards. So it was basically like a 3-hour seminar with like 4 ridiculously good grapplers,
yeah.
Like, and then we did some rounds afterwards as well. So
what was the deal with it? Because you couldn't just rock up and go to this.
No, you had to pay, because it was like what's the name of it? Like it's kind of like an open day, but it's more like because it's a seminar. Like if you think these people, like if you were to normally go to their seminars, like you'd pay money to obviously get taught by them. So it was like an open day to get to see the gym, but obviously basically 2 seminars as well. So it was good. Like 40 quid's not bad considering that's what you're getting. Do you know what I mean? And like obviously Joseph Chen's a trials winner, and Cammy himself's obviously like silver medalist at trials and that. So like some of the
you're getting to learn
as good as it gets. Do you know what I mean?
You're not going to get that much the chance to do that again. So,
but that's his gym open now as of tomorrow. Open for actual classes and stuff like that. You kicking fuck at that?
Yeah, the devil's really annoying me.
Yeah, open for classes and stuff like that to start. There we go.
Apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, open for classes and stuff like that as of tomorrow to start actually going and like training at his gym regular, and he's obviously going to be the coach. Him and Kieran are going to be coaching most of this stuff, so it'll be really worth it. Like proper high level stuff. So yeah, it's good. Me and Karis are going to go down and stuff like that when we get a chance to, and do like, because you can go like pay on the day as well.
Okay.
So you can like pay to do the classes or pay to go to the rounds and stuff like that. So
did you get like any one-on-one rounds with any of them, or any of them doing any rounds?
Nah. I did rounds with just like some of the guys that were there. Like I did like 5.
I can imagine the people that would have attended the seminar would have been high-level guys from in and around the country anyway.
Yeah.
Are like
good people there. Like,
because you're not going to get like new people who aren't aware of who they are.
You do. A lot of a few of the people there that I think would probably have been like white belts and stuff like that. Like there definitely was like new people to it, but also there was a high level of people on the mat as well. So it was good. Yeah, it was really good, mate. It was well worth going. It's just a long drive, bro. It's like 2 hours to get there and then 2 hours to get back, and it was like we left at like, when did I leave? I think I left my house at like 6:15. So it's like 6:15 long drive, 3-hour seminar, followed by like 30 minutes to an hour's worth of rolling, followed by a 2-hour drive all the way back home. You get home and you're just like, you feel like you've had an absolute hide in it. Yeah, exactly. And then trying to stay up.
ADCC at night as well.
Well, it was ADCC from as soon as we got back from the West Coast trials from 4 o'clock to, I don't even know what time it finished, man.
1 or 2.
Yeah, and then it was on today as well.
Yeah, and the second one was on to the semi-finals and the...
Yesterday, sorry, not today. Last night. Last night.
The semi-finals and like all the ones leading up to the semis and finals were yesterday.
Which was slamming, by the way. Got to the Tackett brothers.
That's the first time I have sat and watched ADCC, and mate, it's lit actually. Like you can actually just sit. The fact that the website works that you can pick up like 3 streams at the same time and just watch your
8 mats all to go.
Yeah, it's class. I really enjoyed it.
But yeah, and it was one of the cool things when Andrew Tackett and William Tackett, like both brothers, and they both won their divisions in trials. So they're both now going to be able to go to trials and like compete.
Do you know if that brother, you know the 2 military brothers that faced each other in the semi-finals? Yeah,
he won. He won and his brother came third.
So they got gold and bronze?
Yeah. So they were both on the podium together.
That's
what a day for brothers that is, eh? First and third for your brother, and then 2 other brothers won both their divisions.
Yeah, and they were engineers in the military, in the US military, and they were just there, like on the time. They only train when they can.
Yeah, they train when they're off. Yeah, mental.
That's lit. Like
so mental.
They just looked like proper Marines as well, didn't they?
Not like Andrew and William, like those two. I think they were like didn't go to school to basically train full time and stuff like that. Like it's been like their whole lives have been like around jiu-jitsu. Yeah, like it is their entire life. But it was mental. I mean, I was gutted because I really wanted J-Rod to win his division and he got beat by Andrew Tackett, but these things happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You win some, you lose some.
But it was awesome. Yeah, it's a long day to watch it, but it's fucking good. Like
it was a long day actually because it was on at like 4 o'clock or something. Was it not? 4 in the afternoon.
4 in the afternoon until like 12 at night.
Yeah,
it was mental. But it's so good. It's so good. It's mental that you see, like I was saying to you, it's like not in a lot of things do you see like the best people in the world going fighting like multiple times a day over the course of the day, over the course of 2 days, fight like matches that like submission only shows like put on and you'll get excited when they'll be like so and so versus so and so and you'll be like, oh my god, that's like massive an amazing card. There's like 2 or 3 good fights, whereas you stick on ADCC and you get like 8 hours worth of like slamming fights constantly, and it's just it's mental. It's like very few of them do you get that. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't get a lot of times where you're like, you know what I mean? You'll go to the UFC and the UFC will turn around and be like, right, what we're gonna do today is over the next 2 days, we're just gonna do a big competition where all the best guys are just gonna fight each other until the winner wins. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you get that, which is fucking awesome.
That would be like what Max Holloway was saying for the pound for pound list.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That if you're on that pound for pound list, you should be willing to fight anyone on that pound for pound list. And they were like, what about Ngannou? He's like, if I have to.
Imagine.
If they make me, I'll do it.
You imagine how hilarious that would look in the ring. How tall's Max Holloway? Like 5'9"?
Like
He's like 6'4".
Fighting Ngannou.
Hilarious.
What about Khabib? Well, how does Khabib do against Ngannou?
I think surprisingly well,
so
just because of the wrestling.
So do I.
His wrestling's so good, and like Ngannou's wrestling's like decent, but it's not mental, and but he is really strong. Do you know what I mean? Like it would either be the wrestling would be good and it would work regardless of the size, or he would try and he would just get picked up and absolutely slammed on his head.
Nah.
Do you not think Ngannou's probably like 250 pounds?
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. That is a possibility, but I just think Khabib would have a way to deal with it.
Do you really?
I just think Khabib would just be able to do it. If anyone's going to do it, I think Khabib takes him down and just chokes him out.
I just think there's some things that I don't know if you can overcome against raw strength.
Sometimes.
Like, see someone that's got 100 pounds on you and they're built the way that he is.
How big was Khabib though? Khabib was
155.
150.
Well, I mean, just not right now. He won't be.
He'll be about 180, 190.
He'll probably be over 200 now. I've seen pictures of him. He looks like quite a thick boy, like. But even in like prime fighting time, 155, and Ngannou, like, I just don't think so. Like, I think he tried to shoot underneath him and then just end up with Ngannou just.
Why do I want to see it?
We just
so
end up
bad
with 250 pounds of fucking African male just flat-boarded over the top of him.
I just want to see it now. That's all I want to see now. I want to bring me Ngannou versus Khabib.
We should get UFC the game and we'll try it. I know it doesn't count like that.
It doesn't. We could just let the computer play it. Let it to like the level the computer can go, the pro level of the computer.
Khabib would definitely get KO'd by Ngannou on that if you let the computer do it.
Probably.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I would imagine. Yeah, probably. Because Khabib was never that fast, realistically.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, we got back to that off from the Metatech thing, didn't we? How did we get back to the UFC?
Oh, because we were just talking about. You went from the Metatech thing to.
Oh, it was my fault, was it?
It's most of the time it's your fault.
It usually is, yeah. I don't know why I was surprised, actually.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure that was my fault. Because I went on to the Max Holloway thing about Max saying he should fight in the pound for pound list.
Yeah.
Because that video was just last week, I think, that came out. Or maybe it was week.
Well, that makes sense then.
So that time it was actually my fault. But, yeah, go on. Just got nothing here.
I didn't have one. I was trying to think about in what ways it made me joyous because you wanted to talk about that, but I couldn't find a way of bringing UFC into joy other than the joy that I get when I watch it.
Well, jiu-jitsu and that helps a lot with mental depression.
It fucking does.
It does help with mental stability. And it brings me joy by choking people out. What else brings you joy, Cowie? No. That's a segment for the end. But I wanted to ask you a question.
What?
You went and had the Sunday roast at the portcullis yesterday, right?
Yes, I did.
Right. Now, I need an in-depth description and ranking of everything on the plate.
Oh,
out of 10.
You want me to critique your full meal? Do you actually?
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's go through this.
Hold nothing back.
I'm going to go hard on this, right? So, the beef cooked perfectly. Yeah, nice and tender, fell apart in the mouth.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, 8. Because I don't, and it's not, it's a total preference thing. I don't like the fat on beef at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there were some like bits of fat that were a little bit like into the meat and stuff, and I don't like that. So that's the only reason why. But that's a total personal preference thing. So carrying on into the mash. The mash was a 9. I'll give you that one. The mash was good. The mash was a good 9. The roast potatoes were an 8. I'll give you an 8 because they were fluffy inside and they were crisp on the outside. They were absolutely slamming. But I like my roasties a little bit smaller because I like more of the skin.
Fair.
I like more crispy skin than I like inside potatoes.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the cooking of it was perfect. It's preference again. Didn't like the carrots, but I don't like carrots.
Yeah.
Didn't like the parsnips, but I don't really like parsnips. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm gonna critique that one even more. I would like parsnips, but I only like my parsnips if they're cut very thin, because I don't. I like my vegetables having a bit of a bite, but I don't like my parsnips having a bit of a bite. I like my parsnips being soft.
Go for it.
So, what else was there? The gravy good. The gravy was a 9 out of 10. Only would have been a 10.
I would need to ask Susan what she ranked to the veg.
Yeah. The only 10 out of 10 I would have given it would be if the gravy was ever so slightly thicker.
Fair.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah.
The flavour of it was all absolutely slamming. What else was on the plate?
Shallots.
I don't like onions, so I didn't eat that.
What about the crisps on top?
Oh, slamming! I ate all them first. I was honestly scoop a shovel on them, innit?
Yeah, they're a nice little touch.
The potatoes as well with the mash. They were nice with the mash.
I
really did like them.
And I think that's it, to be fair.
Yeah, and I had sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah,
which was good. You can't go wrong with sticky toffee pudding.
No, it's a win-win.
Slamming all the time. So overall, for the meal, I'm not going to take into account the fact that I don't like them, because I tasted the parsnips and I know what good parsnips and carrots taste like. I'm just not a fan of them. So, I'm going to go as general for a meal. I'm going to give you a good 8.5.
Slamming. Get yourself down to the porty and get yourself Sunday roast this Sunday.
Because my Sunday roast have always had stuffing as well, and there was no stuffing.
Yeah.
That would have brought it up to a solid 9.
I have been thinking about adding stuff into it, but I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that I've been meaning to do to it, to be fair.
Yeah, thicker gravy and scurly, and it's a 10, like, though. I'll tell you. Oh.
A wee bit of scurly.
Scurly. Fucking love scurly. That's my dad would always make it with a Sunday roast day stuffing. I could generally sit and fucking eat stuffing.
I've had truffle scurly that's nice before.
Pour gravy in at the stuffing and just eat it like that. And Yorkshire puddings. Yorkie puddings. Oh fuck. Yorkshire puddings, yeah. Scurly, gravy, slam them. I powder them. Nae bother.
Well, we had people screaming out for Sunday roasts. And
oh, your Yorkie pudding as well. We didn't think that, but they're always a 9.
Yorkie puds are Yorkie puds, isn't it? Yeah.
Slamming.
As long as it's not like collapsing in itself, it's fine.
I saved my Yorkie pudding for the end. Put a little bit of beef in it, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of parsnip, a bit of mashed potato, a bit of roast potato, and I basically put a bit of everything on it.
Do you know what I was
poured gravy all over it? What?
You know that beef that I made while we were away camping?
Yeah.
You know the pulled beef.
Yeah.
Sandwich. I was thinking of doing that again, but putting the pulled beef inside the Yorkshire pudding. So it'd be like, you know,
get a big Yorkie as well.
Yeah, bigger Yorkie. But the problem is, it doesn't matter. With that, I just don't have the molds or the correct ovens to be making like massive Yorkies.
Yeah.
Because I use gas ovens at work instead of fan ovens. You don't know what that means, do you?
What?
Well, you just didn't look at it.
But I've got a gas oven.
Oh, so you do, yeah. So it's got cold spots in it a lot of the time, and like it's unpredictable.
It's not consistent. Making cakes because you have to keep spinning it in the oven, and then you end up knocking the cake.
Especially when you're the only one there, and you've got 7 other things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't just put stuff in the oven and leave it. You have to check it all the time.
Yeah.
But I'll go forward. I was thinking about doing the pulled beef inside the Yorkshire pudding as well.
Yeah, that would be good. Like.
And then I was thinking about stuffing, but it's all just going forward, isn't it? People were screaming out for the Sunday roast, but they haven't been as popular as I was wanting them to be.
No.
Like right now, well, yesterday, it was Easter Sunday yesterday, and like I did nobody up until 3 o'clock, right? And then after 3 o'clock, it was like mayhem.
Yeah.
Till 6 o'clock. Like mayhem.
I don't know why it's fucking.
Like, I didn't leave the pub till like 7:45.
I don't know why more places don't do roast dinners. Like I maybe I'm wrong, but I just thought everybody fucking loved a roast dinner.
They do. Everyone loves a roast dinner, but it's just like people are screaming out for them. But then, just people haven't been. It's hard, man. It's been January, February, March that we've been open. The 2 quietest months of every year for hospitality are January and February. And then March starts to get a little bit busier, which it has.
Yeah.
And then once you get into the springtime, things get a little bit easier. But that's why I haven't been like changing the menu so often, because I can't really afford to be bringing stuff in for people not to come and have.
It's just annoying, like people scream out about it, and then it's just a
like
typical thing.
Though,
people go, "Geez this," and you go, "Okay, here it is." Oh, well, maybe not today.
Yeah, it's like the porty combo. I've sold 2.
What's the porty combo again? The burger?
No, that's a porty burger.
Porty burger. What's the porty combo?
Porty combo is lamb rump steak, scampi, onion rings, chips, sauce, tomato, mushroom, Cajun chicken breast, gammon, eggs,
That's a lot of food, bro. Is it for one person?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah. That's what the porty combo always was. And then garlic mushrooms as well.
Oh, I might have that the next time I'm in. Actually, that's
like $27.50 or something.
So for all that meat, that'll fill you up for the day. That's a day's worth of eating that.
Like you wouldn't need to eat anything else again.
No, that's what I'm saying. You go for that at midday.
So we only have it on a Thursday, so it's just available on a Thursday just now. So it's like our steak night. But
no wonder, man. You have to fucking slaughter half a field to plate it up.
Yeah, it's mental. You used a lot of wastage if no one gets it.
Vegans will be going fucking crazy.
Well, it's there enough vegan food for them to be happy, man. Plenty of vegans that came in and said that they've loved the sweet potato curry and that day, so it's fine.
Fair.
I'm going to be doing a lot of more summery dishes, spring dishes, which are a lot easier to do vegan food with because you've got the...
Is it a lot more vegetables?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose because it's springtime vegetable seasons.
You get the nicer veg coming into season, like your squashes, your butternut squashes. And well, no, they're fucking autumn, to be fair. But you do have your like peas and wild garlic and stuff coming into season, which is lovely. This time of year. Which... It always brings me joy when the
I was just
spring season
spring season's actually quite a joyous month.
See, when the sun comes out though, even like the last week in our growth, like the sun being out,
the vitamin D hits different when it's fucking...
I bet it does. It just that little bit of sun honestly picks the mood right up though.
It really does. It really does.
Even just walking in it, you just feel like things just don't matter so much. But when it's dark and cold, and it's always cold and windy next to the harbour,
it's more driving to work. Like, see, when you get into the summer months, and even when you're leaving early to go to work, and it's like the sun's out and shining, you've got to be wearing your sunglasses to drive to work. It actually is completely changed. Yeah. I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, it's absolutely right. You're driving to work, like, okay, maybe this isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah. Maybe I don't hate my life so much.
It's amazing what a little bit of sun can do.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
But we had the Easter. It was Easter yesterday, right? And we had an Easter egg hunt at the portcullis yesterday for all the kids.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah,
it was like, see, I don't know what it is, right? But when you go in and you're just doing something stupid and silly, like, I know it's a religious holiday and people take it very seriously. Easter, but for me personally, as somebody who's never believed, it's just a wee Easter egg hunt for kids, just hide and seek with eggs for kids to go run about and have fun and find chocolate and stuff. And like, I went out and they'd scattered all the eggs, right? They went into the gardens and scattered all the eggs all over the grass, and it just looked like a minefield of eggs, bro. Like, you looked out and it was just like a minefield of eggs. Yeah. And me and Jake walked out and like there was just eggs on the floor, just everywhere. I was like, this is not an Easter egg hunt. This is a fucking grab as much as you can, as quick as you can, and somebody's not going to get anything. So me and Jake spent about 45 minutes walking around the garden, like hiding all these eggs properly. It came to like 2 o'clock when the thing all kicked off, and I had this golden egg that I put just on the tippy top of a little tree. Right. A little tree. It was like in a plant pot, so it's not like a fully grown tree. So I put it in the top of this thing, and for about 40 minutes they were all searching for this golden egg that they just could not find, and I just found it hilarious. Yeah. It was so funny. It just just to see children just having so much fun with something so stupid, it lightens your mood a bit. Because I went into work yesterday happy as Larry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just enjoying life because there was so much happiness going on around you. It sent me, to be fair. I came to go for dinner, and it was when they were all there. I seen the car park was full of cars, and honestly, as soon as I seen it, I was like, great, there's what I be fucking folk everywhere. I'm going to be surrounded in folk trying to eat my food. I'm going to feel mad uncomfortable. And then I got in and nobody was in. Well, there was like 2 other people, so there was like plenty of space. So I was like, thank fuck. Yeah, it wasn't in the restaurant. They've got the event room. Yeah. Through on the far right. Yeah. So they keep all the kids through there. It's good though. Like say I remember one of my when we were younger, that's what we always used to do. We used to go to my grand's for Easter egg hunts, and she would like make dinner for like us and all of our cousins. You don't see it so much now, do you? She would make dinner, and then she would like hide eggs and stuff, and you go around and Abdi would have an Easter egg hunt, and it was all stuff like that. But yeah, you don't see things like that. Maybe anymore. It's just situational for where we are right now in life, but I just don't see that many things going on where it's just like, I think you paid $5 to come to the party, right? You got an Easter egg, a goodie bag, you got loads of ornaments and stuff. I had to go away with you. You came in, they had like a painting seminar where they painted sculptures and stuff. Okay. They did like face paints and stuff, I think. An Easter egg hunt. They did bingo. They did loads of other things, all for a $5. And like, they didn't make any money off it. It's literally just paying to get the stuff into to back for them. And it was just to have a good day, just to celebrate Easter and give our kids something to do on a Sunday. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good, to be fair then, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Done that, John and Sean are really good for trying to give back to the community. With everything that happened with my brother last year. Yeah. And then me coming in, I was always wearing the Andy's Man Club bands. John tried to contact them and get them to come into the pub and make it, because they can make places like a safe place.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
People can go in and grab a free coffee and just sit down and talk with somebody.
Yeah, I've seen that actually. So I've actually seen that.
You got in contact with them straight away. They all wear the wristbands still now. John's asked me for a whole lot. They're really good for giving back and try to look out for people.
Yeah, fair play. Which is what you need, and especially in a community like just now. I think too, that's maybe something that's been lost a little bit in community, and is why things are like that. Like, it's not such a
people have lost the feeling
as
for community, don't you think? Like,
yeah, people are very much like it's me against the world nowadays.
Very much so. Yeah, there used to be, even back in like the 90s when we were growing up, it was more the case of like you would go out trick or treating with your neighbours. Yeah. Like me and Andy G lived 5 doors apart. We would go out trick or treating every single year. Yeah. And the street would be full. Houses would be decorated for Halloween, and you would there was up Kirkton. There's 10 different cul-de-sacs you go around, and there was one people even used to put on like a haunted house in their house. It was mental. And you don't Halloween now, you drive around, nothing's going on. There's maybe some kids out trick-or-treating, but none of the houses are decorated. Nobody's putting on any like this. They just don't do it so much anymore because people are more online, and they just don't need to. Like, how often do people go out and speak with their neighbours these days? Like, if within
I think most people try and avoid their neighbours.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying to you. So it's a lot different now because people are more online. They're less socially interactive. People aren't involved in the community so much anymore. Yeah. That is a downfall of John's. He's like a John from the Port. He's like a technical dinosaur.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's not good with social medias and stuff.
Oh really?
So
okay.
It's just he's only just got on Instagram now.
To be fair though, I find even in the situation that we're in, even technology, sometimes I get moments where things are, I'm like, I don't actually know how to do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like,
it does all move so quick.
And even me as somebody that's not even in my 30s yet, and I'm being like, oh, this is. Sometimes there's things that are a bit fucking. I'm not sure if I have a clue what's going on here.
Like the whole moving forward, the whole Vision Pro stuff. The virtual reality gaming.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Well, have you seen the Apple? Is it Apple Vision thing that they've got? Pro, is it that thing that the glasses that they wear? And it's like they're walking around and they've got like little windows here, and they can actually they're moving them and open them and changing them around. Like there's one guy fixing his car, and he's wearing them, and he turns around, and he's got the YouTube video for it here, and the manual open. He's opening the manual, looking at the YouTube video, zooming in on it. He's like, okay, turns around, starts doing all the bit. It's fucking mental, eh?
Yeah, crazy.
And I want one so bad, but don't. It's one of those. I'm like, I don't want to do that, but
that can take you.
How cool would that be, though?
Of course, yeah. It's literally what everyone's been wanting for the last 10, 15 years, and then they've made it a reality, and everyone goes,
That game that movie that you, me, and Josh before,
Ready Player One
ends up just like that.
Slamming movie, by the way. I watched it.
Unbelievable movie.
I watched it back to back. I watched it and I went, that was so good to watch it again.
Rewind. yeah.
I've only seen that's it's like VHS. Rewind the VHS all the way back and rewatch it.
I watched it the first time, and I think I watched half an hour of it, and for some reason it didn't engage me. Yeah. And I was like, I don't really like this. Josh convinced me to watch it again, and I've watched it multiple times since.
Yeah, it's a fucking good day. I would suggest anyone goes and watch Ready Player One, because that is what we're heading towards with the Vision Pro stuff.
Good and bad though. That's good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's more bad than good, I would say, to be fair, but it's one of them that. If we're heading there either way, mate, people are going to go buy it either way. So
scary, is it? Eh?
Of course, but the whole world's scary. And the whole way it's going is.
It's making me feel Ready Player One, because have you seen this is totally off topic, but it's just popped into my head. Have you seen is it Saudi Arabia? They're trying to build that long city, and it's basically like a city that's like a wall. Yeah. And it's like.
It's in the wall, and you go.
Yeah, and it's like there's bridges that travel between it, but I think it's mirrored outside of the wall and stuff like that. See that? That's getting heavy into the starting to feel like this sci-fi computer game stuff now as well. Like you just have everybody living in that tiny little expanse. Like, when you see the movies about the future and it's all skyrise and there's some bits that are slums and then all the mad rich people live at the top. Like it's given healthy that vibe. Yeah. And we're gonna end up in a life where every single person in the world just lives on this blade with their fucking headsets on, playing their video games all day, and then they come off to I don't know, go to work but they don't really have jobs because
they'll
there's
be working
AI
on
robots
this.
to do that. Yeah.
They'll be working on the Vision Pro. Eventually there'll be jobs on the Vision Pro, because you get that now.
They tried to do it in Meta. Yeah, they did it in Meta. Yeah, they've actually got people that have actual jobs in Meta where they work on that.
Yeah,
that's savage.
Yeah,
makes you think, like, you know how is it Elon Musk always says like the world's what's the fucking word I'm thinking of, mate? Basically like a game, a simulation. Fucking hell. The world's a simulation. Like, it goes to show you, like, if you can put people in a world where, like, you've got virtual reality, that when you're looking at things like Unreal Engine 5 now, like, it's indistinguishable from real life.
Yeah.
Like, the quality of it. It's like,
well, that's why
what point does reality, what point does your, like, conscience, what bit's real and what bit's not? Like,
yeah, it'll be very hard for the human brain to detect. To change the difference of it, you know what I mean? You'll end up, your real life character will become who you became on that.
You'll have no reason to believe that that's any less real than what's going on in real life. And people are broken already now. That's gonna fucking mental though. But it'll be sick though. I'm game for it. Regardless.
You never know though, because like they always say with like, oh my god, it's just went out of my head. You know, evolution. There was like, they can relate it back to mushrooms where. They said mushrooms and then it tricked something. And then the human brain expands. Yeah, the human brain adapts. We all know it adapts to whatever it's dealt with.
But if we set them up like this, it's going to go the other fucking way.
It could do, it could do, but it also could expand again, bro. It could. You never know. You never know.
You do. You're right. We
don't know which way it could go, but either way, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one at some point because I want to play a game where I'm fucking fully engulfed in it. Like,
I just want to be in my living room, clear out the living room, and like be sprinting around playing Call of Duty. That's all I want to do.
Have you not seen the zombie game that you get for them? You clear your living room, you put it on.
Might just be too real for me.
You put it on and you map out like everything that's in your room, so it comes like this. You get the control and you notch like where the edge of your walls are. You go around pointing at where everything is, where your windows are, where your doors are. Go through your whole house, and then it renders in like a zombie game where it'll take your windows and it'll board them up to wooden windows. And it'll take your door, and then in zombies try and get in, like on COD Zombies, and you have to run around your own house, like shooting the zombies as they come in your house and reboarding up the windows and stuff like that, so they can't come in. But it's obviously mapped to your actual house, so you run around your actual house as if it's a zombie game, mate.
How sick would that be? I'm dead in my house. There's so many entrances in my house, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. One in, one out's bad for if you're getting attacked by something.
Not that many entrances or exits. You need one in, one out, one in. Like, you need 2 exits and entrances.
And more than the first floor. That's one thing that would be handy about being here. It's not on the first floor.
But either way, they're not going to register that you're on the first floor. They're just going to think zombies are coming through that window either way. If you play this game, I mean. If you were to play this game...
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. I trailed off into real life there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no,
if you play that game in that window, they would just assume
they'll assume it's first floor.
That window and your door.
And the front door.
And that window.
If it opened them all the bedroom windows as well. Like, if it opened all the things.
So you would have 4 entrance points in here.
Yeah.
And it's a small place.
That'd be banter though. I'd be fucking absolutely running ragged. Fucking thinking, I'm fucking Lara Croft now.
Imagine playing multiplayer in that.
Running at each other trying to fucking...
That would be class though.
I do want to try it though. VR is something that I would like to get. I've never bothered yet, but it's something I would like to get.
I'm fully down for that as well, actually. It's scary. It's really scary, but it's also exciting at the same time.
I'm hyped, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll wrap it up there, brother. That's been another good episode. Next week we'll get into UFC 300 main card.
Yes.
We'll break that down and we'll go into each fight in depth, a little bit more in depth than we did the prelims and that. But like I said, get the hype back up for UFC 300 because the whole show is lit.
For sure.
Even if you're disappointed by the main event, don't be, because it'll be a slamming fight.
Nah, I'm buzzing for the whole, like, even if you were to take the main event out of it, like, the card's slamming regardless.
That's just what I'm pumped for
it, for sure.
Those top 3 fights could be main event fights. So
get a couple of El Ligaros for watching it.
What the fuck are El Ligaros?
I don't even want to have to try and explain it to you, but you'll remember that. It was the whole thing about Brandon. Mind when he was on about. Was it his? The boy went to Mexico and he tried to ask for a beer, and he asked for it as in Ligaro or El Ligaro or something like that. Right. It was Ligario or something. We'll ask him about it. He'll maybe listen and then mess with this. But yeah, there's a whole story about it.
I went right over my head.
He thought that like Spanish for Ligaro would be like Ligario or Ligaro, so that's what he said. Might be laughing, maybe is, but
I have no idea.
I'm glad of the way you just looked at me like I'm retarded, so now I feel like a fucking idiot.
Mate, honestly, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You
just looked at me like a retard, so that's fine.
I'm just looking at you like...
I'm done. Turn off the podcast.
Are you sure I heard the same story?
Yeah, you will. I'll actually message him about it like when we finish this and to get him to explain it, because it's...
Okay, fair enough. Right, guys, we'll catch you in episode 46 for UFC 300 main card breakdown, and we'll catch you all there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify. It helps out more than you know. Cowie, say goodbye to the people.
See you later on, people.
Peace.
Peace.